Today we're adding a screen to the center panel of my desk, and since we've added lighting and audio controls, I've run out of ports, so we also need to find a way to plug in new devices. Let's hope it goes to plan. Front and center, the most important location for focus, right? If you have something in front of you, that's going to take your attention. Now, I want the center panel of the desk to be a dashboard display full of information that's going to help me stay on track and be focused. So a couple years ago, I made this, the smart dashboard using an e-ink display. I had a short quote for motivation, pulled from a spreadsheet, an epoch signifying how many days I've been making YouTube videos for, as a reminder that every day counts, followed by some YouTube stats with a progress bar towards 10,000 subs. And at the start of last year, we crossed 10,000 subs. Heck, uploading right now is probably crossing 25,000. So thank you for watching, this is insane. And to celebrate, I unplugged the device. I decided I didn't want metrics at the front and center every day as I'm trying to create. I wanted to focus on the tasks that I needed to do to move forwards and hit my goals. And so I started planning out a new dashboard version 2, where I could put my to-do lists, a timer for those tasks, and to ensure it was distraction free, I started looking at e-ink display options. I picked up a screen that's larger than the previous one, which is great because it still has the same pros and cons. It's environmentally friendly, only using power when it updates the information displayed on the screen, but also distraction free because, well, I've tried playing a video on the Supernote and it doesn't go so well. My problem was I didn't know exactly what I wanted to put on this screen, and doing updates for a custom UI through a remote Linux terminal sucks. So I decided to go back on something I said in part 1, buttons, knobs, no touchscreens, and install a touchscreen. Ooh, hello. Alicro reached out to send me a touchscreen, and I picked this one because it has standoffs for Raspberry Pi and Pi Zero, menu buttons for screen brightness, USB-C for touch input, and a mini HDMI, making it perfect to prototype my new dashboard. This thing should work out the box. I'm not sure what's going on with this black part. My guess is the HDMI is not sending a visual. Okay, so it comes up on display settings. Maybe there's a button on the back here. Is it not getting enough power? 15 watts, that's good. Ain't showing anything. What is it doing? Touchscreen's working, but nothing's coming up on here. What a downer. Oh, what? That was it. They hadn't fully pushed down the ribbon cable. I'm excited. And now, HDMI. That is not good. It's all white. It's like washed out windows. If I drag something to it, oh, there we go. The center is so nice right now. So if it just continues to like fade, then we'll be good. This is very bad sound. I left a video playing and the colors eventually came good, but then the next problem was the touch input went to the wrong screen. The modern Windows tablet mode settings didn't acknowledge the touchscreen, but thankfully a Stack Overflow post directed me to the old control panel configuration, which revealed Windows thought my ultra-wide was the touchscreen. I now simply have to press enter to move the message to the true touchscreen and then touch it. Yo! Yes! Now this is a little touchscreen. That's actually dope. That's so good, man. Oh, there's something about swiping it, a playlist. That like just fits, eh? Now if I'm talking the microphone levels, I'm actually being reflected. Wait, it was a rocky start, but I'm loving it now. Now we just need to put this in here. Now normally I just measure everything, but I want to go to the website and see if we can just find measurements. The version I got is USB-C. I asked the rep and they said they're all the exact same screen, it's just like housed differently. This is it, USB-C. Mount your Raspberry Pi straight to the back, throw in your computer, run your temps on the screen. The manual online has this, wait, was this even, wait, tell me that in this manual right here in my hand. Bro, first page. Oh, I'm out here looking on the internet. Gotta just love that. Yeah, it doesn't actually have the dimensions for the screen itself. But at least it gives me dimensions for the mounting holes to the edge of the PCB. So when I use Inkscape, it's like Illustrator, but it's free. Not giving Adobe any more money. How big are the holes? It doesn't even say how big the holes are. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get some calipers. Yeah, this is not good. This ribbon cable here protrudes past the edge of the screen. Why is that bad? This one's fine. When it gets flattened, it goes like into a groove. This one, no. Even if it's squashed hard against the metal, it's not flush with that piece of glass. I'm just gonna have to laser cut a wider edge and that's not going to be super flush, which will suck. I'm going to have that little wire exposed. After making some minor tweaks, I loaded up a 3mm piece of wood, which is the same thickness as the desk dashboard, so we can check the depth of the fitment. Now, I'm making a website with free files from the projects that you've seen me make, and I'll also have guides on the exact steps that I take to make the stuff that I make. So if that sounds good to you, head to the link in the description below. That's a bit too tight. The paper's got a smidge more give. I am concerned about pushing it down and putting too much pressure on those cables. Oh, imagine, it would have been amazing if I could just make it all clean. But we can't do that because of this little cable. It's like 1 or 2mm thickness, so it's recessed a little bit. I'm gonna add a little bit of tolerance to that height. What the heck? I just realized the right bezel is longer than the left. Oh no, why? Why did I have to notice that? That is longer than that. I can't believe it. All right, let's get some screws. I decided to flush mount the screen to the panel, so I had to leave this little gap so that ribbon cable doesn't get pinched, which means we have one problem left to solve. Since I've been adding more devices into the desk, I've run out of ports on my USB hub. I've had a couple of hubs in my Amazon cart for the past few months, waiting until I could afford to buy one, and you wouldn't believe it, I got an email from Minisprue, a company that makes hubs, offering to send me one. So I'm so grateful when it comes to free gear because it allows me to build projects and share them with you whilst putting my money towards paying bills and, you know, staying a full-time YouTuber. Now this is great because on the right-hand side of the desk, I plan to panel mount a USB hub. So I can plug in keyboard and mouse dongles as well as have spare ports. And then on the rear, I can plug in my hardwired Ethernet as well as the HDMI and USB for touch of the new screen. But the downside of this hub is I'm taking the high-speed Thunderbolt connection from my laptop and only getting one high-speed USB-C connection here. It's 5 gigabits per second. Thankfully, they sent me a docking station. That is a beast. This 4K triple monitor docking station includes a 140 watt power adapter, so I can charge multiple devices at high speed whilst transferring data at high speeds. The problem is, although the ports at the front are great, on the back, there's no USB to be able to go to the touch input of the new monitor or other devices. And although this is a 4K triple monitor docking station, that's at 60 Hz. So although my ultra wide is a 3840 by 1600 pixel resolution below 4K, it can only go up to 85 Hz instead of its 144 native. There's also no G-Sync through the docking station. So I'll keep using my little dongle for my main monitor, and then I could use the other outputs for a more standard screen. If I had a general desk setup like a MacBook and I needed 3 monitors, this uses DisplayLink, so you can get that. But for my use case, this is pretty unique. Daisy chained? Maybe? Just like last time, I popped in town to get this cut on a CO2 laser, which has an infrared beam, as my diode laser passes through clear material. In my head, today I was just gonna cut a square with 4 circles. I never really account for the time it takes to sort through a handful of washers, to use them as spacers, that after I align it all and screw them down, I'll discover that each edge is slightly different, realizing there's a minor difference in my washers, so I need exactly 4 with a beveled edge. I also didn't plan for the protective plastic to leave its adhesive behind, taking like 15 minutes to safely remove because I didn't want to scrub and scratch the screen before it was even installed. To then find gunk stuck in the gap for the ribbon cable that wasn't recessed, after I'd already found another ribbon cable that wasn't plugged in right. Mate, I just never planned that things will go wrong. But in the end, it all works out. That looks incredible. Just the audio controls. Oh, no way. But there's an oversight. I knew the microphone was going to block my view of the screen, but that was fine because I swing it out of the way whenever I'm editing and needing to focus with it. But when I first sat and looked down, I realized that the room light is directly in the reflection. What are the chances? Also, being an IPS panel, there's nice viewing angles, but being 8-bit, there's quite noticeable color banding, which has been present with output from Windows or from my Raspberry Pi running Linux. For lols, I tested it with my colorimeter, which also said it's not too good for color accuracy. So for 60 bucks US with menu controls or 40 bucks without, it does the job of a touchscreen. I'm just stoked I get to start tinkering with the new UI and APIs to build a new custom dashboard with virtual buttons and knobs whilst I continue building the rest of the desk. You may want something like this for your desk, so I'll drop a link below of some enclosed options that are more desk ready. Also next week, my review on the brand new Supernote, my e-ink tablet, will go live, so make sure you subscribe to see that, as well as follow along future desk build parts. Thank you for watching, bye.